Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Queenie. What do these rich and successful people have in common? What do you mean I can't compare myself to Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk? That's right, they all have businesses. So in this video, I wanted to take you through how to take your side hustle into a full-time hustle. So as you guys know, I recently quit my job and I am now becoming a full-time financial influencer. I really hate that term, but let's move on. So I wanted to make this video to inspire you guys into starting your own side hustles. Or if you already have a side hustle, perhaps give you some tips on things that I've learned. And at the end of the video, I'll actually be sharing some real examples with you of other people that have started their own side hustles. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me what your side hustles are, and I'm honestly overwhelmed by the responses, and I've picked out my favorites to share with you guys in this video. And you know what, guys? I'm just so proud of us. I mean, look at us chasing our dreams, hustling on the side, trying to achieve financial independence. I mean, it's just beautiful. You love to see it. So you're probably wondering, how much does Invest with Queenie actually make? Let me break down these juicy numbers for you. So here are the numbers for the past 2 months. As you can see here, in April, I have made just over $2,000. And in March, I made $2,800. And as you can see, I am no baller. But I figured if this is how much money I could make as a side hustle, well, imagine how much I could make if I do make this my full-time hustle. I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
No.
You know what they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The first learning is that Ikigai is key. But what's an Ikigai? I'm glad you asked. So Ikigai is essentially 3 different circles comprised of what you love, which is one circle, what the world needs, which is the other circle, what you get paid for, which is the 3rd circle, and what you're good at, which is the 4th circle. And essentially in the middle of where all of these circles collide, that is your Ikigai. So about 3 years ago, your girl Queenie started a dropshipping store called The Kitchen Gadgets. So this was around the time that people were obsessed with cooking videos. And in these cooking videos, they had all these little kitchen gadgets like pasta makers, vegetable peelers, and salad bowl cutters. And after watching a couple of these videos myself, I was like, you know what? This could be a really awesome dropshipping idea. I set up the website, I set up the business, I set up all the PayPal and Stripe integrations on the website, and I started to integrate AliExpress into my website so I could essentially just drop ship those kitchen gadgets whenever somebody would purchase something from my website. And do you know how long I spent on this business? Any guesses? 2 months. And I pretty much broke even and maybe lost a little bit of money setting up this business and creating this dropshipping store. And the reason why I think that this business failed was because it didn't have that Ikigai. It didn't have all of the elements of Ikigai. It wasn't something that I loved. I mean, sure, I loved watching those tasty videos and I love watching little cooking videos, but am I super passionate about cooking?
No.
Is it what the world needs? Well, arguably, yes, I guess you could say the world did need it, but did they need it badly? Could they not have gone anywhere else for it? Probably not. And the 3rd thing, what you're good at. So I think because I wasn't super passionate about it, I wasn't some sort of amazing at-home chef.
That's what I got given at the
The whole reason I started this business, honestly, was because I thought it would be an easy way for me to make money. And as soon as I realized that this business wasn't making that much money and it was really difficult, well then it was pretty easy for me to give up because that was the main driver for me creating this business. And when I compare this to my YouTube channel, it was a completely different story. I started this YouTube channel back in March 2020 when so many people were losing their jobs because of the mysterious illness that was floating around in the air. And honestly, it just broke my heart to see. I was watching the news and I saw all of these people lining up in front of Centrelink, and I just looked at those videos and I just thought to myself, oh my gosh, that could be me. I could absolutely be there in front of Centrelink, and I'm so grateful that I still have a job. And even if I did lose my job, I would still be okay because I have an emergency fund and I've set myself up in a pretty good financial situation. And I just wanted to get that content out there because I thought that that was what the world needed at the time. And in the back of my mind, I also was thinking like, oh my gosh, imagine if my YouTube channel took off. Imagine in 4 to 5 years, I would be able to quit my job and do YouTube full time. I mean, it's probably not going to happen because most YouTube channels fail, but just imagine if it did happen. If I started this YouTube channel just because I thought it would be a quick way to make some money, I really don't think that I would have continued up until today. And the second thing that I learned is that 90% of people don't actually tap the like button on my videos. So if you are watching this video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. So the second thing that I learned is it's really important to focus on the things that you can control rather than the things that you can't control. For example, the things that I can control are how many YouTube videos I produce and the quality of my YouTube videos. I really can't control how many subscribers I get, how many views my videos get, and how much revenue I make from this YouTube channel. But if I focus on the quality of my YouTube videos and also how many YouTube videos that I'm producing, well then that will make it a lot easier in order to reach those goals of getting more subscribers and getting more revenue from YouTube. And I hope you guys have noticed that I have been trying to improve the quality of my videos lately. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you have noticed and if you do like this new style and this new pace of video. So when you do start your business or your side hustle, I think that it's so important to focus on the things that you can control rather than the things that you can't really control. Because when you're focusing on things that you can't really control, like your revenue and the amount of customers that you have, well then I think that it can be a little bit demotivating. Whereas when you do focus on the things that you can control, this gives you more power and more motivation to just keep on going. The third thing that I've learned is social media is amazing. So as you guys know, I obviously have a YouTube channel, but did you also know that I have an Instagram and a TikTok as well? So make sure you are following me on both of those platforms. And I've got to say, social media is an amazing place to grow your business or your side hustle. And honestly, even though I personally work in marketing, I never really understood how content worked until I actually started Invest with Queenie and I started creating my own content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So the first piece of content that works really, really well is helpful tips. This type of content works really well on each of these different platforms. The second piece of content that works well is content that is just entertaining and funny. And the third piece of content that works really well is content that is also relatable. And I think that if you can try to get all three in one piece of content, that can really, really help you do well in social media. And I'm not going to lie, when you first start your social media account, it's going to be really cringe and embarrassing. You'll probably only have one follower who is your mom, and you'll probably get no views in the first couple of months. But you know what? It happens to everyone. The point is to not give up and to focus on the things that you can control, like the amount of content that you are producing and the quality of your content. So the fourth learning is that business income is much more powerful than personal income. Business tax is lower than personal tax, and you can expense a lot more things. For example, for myself, I expense so many things on my YouTube channel. I can expense my phone, my internet, and potentially even a portion of the mortgage for my apartment because ta-da, this is my second bedroom and I've turned it into a YouTube studio. But I'll probably need to check with my accountant on that. The fifth thing is really, what's the worst thing that could happen? So when I initially started my YouTube channel, I was really nervous, but then I figured, what's the worst thing that could happen? Sure, maybe it fails and I lose a bit of my dignity. And maybe some of my high school bullies will come across some of my videos and make fun of me. What I have noticed, even though I am only 24, I only regret the things that I didn't do rather than regret the things that I do. So I would rather give everything a go and just see how it works for myself. And my final learning is that we are human and we can literally do anything that we want. I mean, just look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin was literally started as a complete joke and now it's actually a pretty legitimate cryptocurrency. I mean, you can buy things with it. Elon Musk is a fan of it, and that's something that started out as a complete joke. So if Dogecoin can do it, I think that we can do it as well. Now you know how to turn your side hustle into a full-time hustle. Let's go through some side hustle ideas and side hustle inspo. So the first one I want to show you is Gelati Gelato. And this person makes artisan gelato tubs from home. And look how delicious they look. I am so impressed. So definitely check out Gelati Gelato, especially if you're in Melbourne. The next one I wanted to show you is Skin Queen. So Kelly saw a gap in the beauty industry. She saw so many people like her who were looking to generate clients but just couldn't figure out how. So she started Skin Queen to help people in her industry find clients and learn how to leverage the power of social media to find clients. And she's doing so well. I seriously love her Instagram posts and her reels. So the next one is a bit of a different one, but I seriously love this Instagram page so much. It's the Aussie Corporate. I find his posts so relatable. He initially started this meme page because he was bored and he just needed this creative outlet. And now it's doing so well. He has over 15,000 followers on Instagram, and he's also looking to launch his own merch line. Okay, so next I wanted to show you Queen of Shisha. This business was started because this person was really good at setting up shisha for themselves. And then they noticed there was a bit of a gap in the market for people selling shisha at events. But because this person had connections and knew how to get the materials for a cheaper price, they decided to give it a go. And this is the perfect side hustle for this person because most of their orders actually happen outside of the 9 to 5 office hours. So the next side hustle is Luna by Karen, and she makes these cute little cookies with little designs on them. And they're perfect for birthdays, weddings, pretty much any of your events. She decided to create Luna by Karen and launch her own custom cookie business because she actually loves baking. And I think it's just such a great idea that she was able to turn something that she's super passionate about into an actual business or side hustle. Here is another side hustler who was able to turn their side hustle into an actual full-time job, and that is the Wooden Circle. This is a guy that makes handmade custom rings. He decided that the 9 to 5 wasn't really for him, and he wanted to create a business that he was really passionate about. So that's how it all started. These rings are really beautiful, and I think that there's just such a big market for things that are handmade now. Nowadays, when everything is just mass produced, I think that it's just so nice to have something that's actually real and something that somebody has actually handcrafted. And I think that's one of the reasons why his business is doing so well now. So the next one is Ceramic Glitch. Ceramic Glitch makes handmade and 3D printed ceramic objects. So this person was really passionate about pottery and also had a bit of a fascination with machines as well. So they decided to create Ceramic Glitch, which was a bit of a mix of both of them. They love creating beautiful handmade sustainable objects for people to buy, and there's some really cool pieces on here. So the last side hustler on my list is Chris the Freelancer. Chris is actually a top teacher on Skillshare, and he started his business because he met this guy in Thailand who was making $2,000 per month on Skillshare, and he was shocked that you could actually make that much money on Skillshare. So he decided to give it a go, and Chris the Freelancer was born. So Chris is a self-taught web developer who started to learn to code by himself, and then he started to discover the whole digital nomad movement and is essentially teaching other people how to do the same thing that he's doing. So those are some side hustle ideas that I personally love to show you guys that there are so many different possibilities that you can take your side hustle depending on your Ikigai, which is what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at. I hope this video has inspired you into potentially starting your own side hustle. If you did like this video, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos about investing and personal finance. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And if you'd like to see some more videos, I've got some links to some videos here, so make sure you click the links and click through to another video.